I should click on our own stuff. So watch our own stuff.
Get off Harley's video and watch our stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another Monday
We're here.
in the shop. What'd you do this weekend?
Road bike. Rode my bike, not road bike. Anyway. And just honestly kind of tinkered on stuff. We got a few orders in, so I decided to get those out the door already instead of usually when something comes in, late Friday, I'll wait. I'll get it out Monday, but I was kind of proactive at that Saturday, so I didn't have a crazy schedule, so I just went and got ahead of stuff while I could.
Yeah.
What'd you
I
do?
power washed my house Saturday.
Oh man.
Super enjoyable. There was a couple of places where where there was like moss growing, I guess I don't want to call it moss, but like green. There was like green shit growing on the vinyl siding. Yeah, whatever it was, and so like I knew like I needed to do it. I needed to get it off of there, but like the places that didn't look dirty on the house were like it was pretty dirty. Like power washing the house made a big difference on the white siding. As much work as it was, it definitely looks a million times better than it did when I started. And then Sunday, I went down to Central Indiana, to the Central Indiana Crawlers guys area, down at Abner Longley Park in Lebanon, and ran the We RC Rock comp they had, which was pretty cool. The way I could describe to you the vibe of the comp was like original NWITTC type, just
Okay.
kind of chill, just everybody just talking, hanging out, everybody judging, everybody running the clock. It went smooth, and it was nice to go to a comp that went smooth. Nobody
Yeah.
got mad. Nobody kicked or threw a truck. Like, it was pretty refreshing.
It's like a judged trail run.
I mean, yeah, basically, it was a trail run with gates that you kept track of, which these were my first comp gates ran since Crawlapalooza last year. I haven't gone to a comp that I can remember since Crawlapalooza. So I ran the Jimmy's Buggy first, and I hit the first two gates.
All right.
We're starting this thing off strong. I hit the first two gates. I ended up with, I think, -9 or something on the first course. It wasn't that good of a run. I had hit the first two gates, and I think I had a couple of reverses or something. I don't even remember. It was a little shaky, a little shaky for the first run in a long time, and the first run for this buggy really on course. Second course, absolutely slayed. I think I had one reverse.
Nice.
And then the last course, I had one gate coming to the last gate, and then my front drive stopped. I had no front drive. What it ended up being was Friday, I changed the overdrive, the lockout in the transfer case. I switched from the 46% lockout that I installed on the live that one night.
Yeah.
I switched from this lockout to a metal version of the 6%.
Okay.
And I never adjusted the endpoints on my radio after that. So it was like freewheeling the front, basically. So the last gate, I basically had to like ramrod through it.
Two-wheel drive.
Yeah, two-wheel drive, ramrod the gate. It is what it is. It was still a great time. Rob's in here. Rob's the one that put on the event. was super cool. And there was another Jimmy's Buggy there, Todd. It was down to the last course between him and I for the win. And I told him before he started his run, I said, make sure you shit the bed, but not like a lot because we didn't want Rob to get second. He just had to shit the bed a little bit so that I could win. I think it ended up being like 3 or 4 points different between us after the day, so it was pretty close.
Yeah.
But yeah, first place with this, which was fun. And I took my stock optic, and I ran it in their stock class, which their stock class, I don't know if people don't understand the definition of the word stock, but the stock class, they allow dig and things like that. Well, because the Capra, it's basically a plastic cage class, not a stock class.
Okay.
So they allow dig and whatnot. I just decided to run the optic just because I just brought it and was going to drive it. So I decided to just run it.
Yeah,
and
you got 2 strokes.
Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention to my score. The stock servo in these is terrible. It doesn't have any turning radius. You have to plan your turns like a dump truck. And somehow I got third.
Nice.
There's like nine stock class trucks there, and I got third. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Top 30%. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. After the comp was over, I was driving my buggy and I rolled it over, and it got pinned up against a rock, and the hood was like up against a rock, and I just throttled out of it. Like the roof and the hood were up against a rock, and I broke my plastic, my 3D printed. No big deal. I'll print another one, but I broke my hood latch, my quick release from my hood.
It's kind of a
good
thing to your first outing to like take notes on that, because now you know, like, hey, if I'm traveling, I don't know, whatever, it's across town or across the country, probably have like 3 of those in a drawer in your parts bin or something.
Yeah, well, this specific one is just printed in PLA and only at like a 15% infill.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm printing a new one now that is 100% infill in PLA carbon, PLA CF.
Nice.
So hopefully that one will hold up better than this one.
We good?
Yeah. Todd, thank you. I rather like how this buggy turned out.
I am looking for you to do your better revision one so someone could do something with that cage.
Yeah, this cage turned out really good, but I think I can do better on the next one. So I think I'm gonna. Well, I know I'm gonna build another one because I have half of it done, but I also need to build this Colorado Adventure Club one here on these fixtures.
Is that for a different class?
No, same class, but
Okay.
I just want to have another one, just because. You know what? I could use some of that. I could use some of that free Star Bond adhesive that they sent me to glue this back together and see if it works.
I think we need like a live. Let's show all 12 people or whoever's in here how good Star Bond is.
Dude, I don't even know where that stuff went. I put it back in the box. Where did I put the box? Oh, there it is. Down there. It's here. I don't feel like opening that right now, but anyway, ultimately, I had a good time.
13 people.
Yeah. Had a good time at the
Josh
buggy
just came for
event.
the Star Bond.
Yeah. Josh came for the leap. We didn't even say the L word yet, and he's already in here.
I was thinking about it, and then all of a sudden he just pops in the chat.
Yeah. when Wesley clicked into the studio here, he was blasting the Harley Bender video about blew my eardrums out.
Yeah. Slightly. Well, so to be honest, I was cooking dinner while listening, so I had that thing loud.
Yeah, it was loud, that's for sure.
But
Yeah,
dude, I
I'll just
like
print
the
another
angle
one now that
finder.
he's got a bamboo.
The angle finder,
Uh,
that's sick, actually.
Well, now the problem with that now is that he's going to have to indicate bend angles in the prints
Oh,
and add the measurement into the jigs or into the bend templates where to start your
he's
bend and
gonna
where it
take,
should end.
he's gonna unupload that. I already hear it.
Yeah, he's that's going to get deleted because it's too much work. Like, yeah, the angle finder is really cool, but there none of it was none of the angles are called out in any of the instructions. So I think I made more work with myself of all of it. Yeah, you for sure did. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, super cool. Had fun with the buggy. Being the only casualty was misadjusted endpoints, and then this quick release hood latch. Pretty happy with that. And then the optic, again, I wasn't even paying attention to my score with the optic, and
just,
somehow
just
ended up there.
having fun, man. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. We were. I think I talked more while I was driving the optic than I talked all day, and Rob told me I got third, and I'm like, huh? No way. It's not even possible. Like,
What? No way.
yeah, exactly. No way. You telling me for 38 years?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, man, Josh, uh, commented on my bike ride. He said that driving a car would be faster. Ha, would not have guessed.
I could. I'm not sure that driving a car on the terrain you were riding would have been faster.
Yeah, that's the detail part.
I did
Well,
get to meet Andre from Scale Metal Supplies yesterday. We've
that's
talked
cool.
on the internet a couple of times, but I haven't. I've never met him in person.
Face
So
to
that was
face.
cool.
That's cool.
Yep. So that was cool. We talked a lot about making parts and whatnot. So that was cool. I think we're gonna have to get together on a couple of things with him, but yeah, overall it was a positive day. It's a little bit of a drive. It's like over 2 hours to get there.
Oh,
So it
no.
being a regular thing going down there, twice a month or something probably isn't going to happen. But getting down there a couple times a year would definitely make that happen.
Uh, so to get down there, it's 2 hours. Did you leave like? Does it start at like 8 or 7 or something like that? What time does it start?
10, thankfully.
Oh, okay. So you can
So
kind
I
of like chill out. Yeah, you don't have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning.
no, I left my house at 7, and I got down there about 9:30. So got there in enough time to wander around, say hi to people, introduce myself, hand out some stickers, and then get after it. So,
Nice.
uh, Daniel Adams, what's going on, guys? How's it going? I should be shipping Group Three's skids. Hoping by the end of the week, which Daniel has skids in Group 3. So I was working on those all day today. I've got a big old pile of them over there, and the last of the material to finish Group 3 should be here first thing tomorrow morning. Because basically, I'm an idiot. When I ordered the material, I ordered two, I ordered four 24-inch pieces of material instead of four 48-inch pieces of material. So I
Nice.
had to order more material. So, like, the box showed up, and I was like, that box looks awful small for the amount of material that it should have been. And I opened the box, and I'm like, crap, they're 24-inch pieces. I'm like, what the heck? Like, which is not that big of a deal, but I was thinking, okay, but that box isn't big enough for 8 24-inch pieces. And then I opened it up and opened the box, and I'm like, gosh dang it. And I had ordered a bunch of 48-inch stuff in 3/8, so that box came too. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's pieces in there that are correct. And I pulled the invoice out, and I'm like, nope, I'm a freaking idiot. I only ordered half the material I needed. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm hoping that those will all be done and gone by the end of the week, or maybe like first thing Monday. And then I have group 4 loaded and able to be ordered, but I think I will have like 15 extra skids in this batch of material.
Mm-hmm.
So they may now be just a stocking part after, I'll say next week, basically, it would be a stocking part to be able to just order. I apologize to Wes for how difficult it's been to get product picks out of me. Doing my best, man.
Yeah, it's a little tricky because I think he's still moving over here, right? I think Paul's still like in the process of kind of moving, so I've given him
So Paul,
some leeway.
yeah, I saw on Paul's Instagram maybe that he was moving. I don't know where he moved to. He was in California, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he move to? Where did he move back to Texas, or is he still in California? I don't know.
I'm sure he'll let us know. I think he's still in Cali, just different part of town.
Different part of town. Yeah. I got some interesting news today, which I talked to Wesley about on the phone. Basically, the owner of the building that I lease here is wanting to sell it, and all of the property associated with it. I have first right of refusal to purchase the property, be based on my lease agreement, but the price is very salty.
We're gonna need a couple sales, I think.
We're gonna need a lot of sales. So if anybody has like maybe $1.1 million they want to lend me, so I don't have to move, that'd be cool. I'm not looking forward to moving these machines. I'm not looking forward to hooking up machines in a new location. Now, this is assuming that the person who purchases the property would not continue to lease to me, which probably isn't. That whoever's buying this would probably continue leasing from me. I pay my lease in cash every month, 5 days early. So like, there's probably no reason for them not to continue to lease to me. But yeah, I've been my brain has been whirling while I've been milling today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down the road, still in San Diego.
I think that'll just be kind of a time thing. You gotta let that spin.
Yeah, I did find a building that if there wasn't a car lot in the way, I could see from here. That's about double the square footage, just a little bit over double the square footage of my shop here. It was a Fastenal.
Oh, nice.
There's a 12 by 14 foot. No, thankfully. That place is a shithole. It has a 12 by 14 overhead door. It's got 3-phase power. It's got a little showroom area. It's got a mezzanine to store shit on. And it's for sale for less than half of what this place would be. And I could, like I said, I could damn near see it from here if there wasn't another building in the way. So
So all you need is a pallet jack, and you can take that all your machines over there, like maybe like
yeah,
from
basically, well, honestly, I kind of thought about that. I was like, man, I could just rent a telehandler and just drive these fuckers down McKinley. Yeah, yeah. Buy a building. Yeah, thanks, Salt Pond. I mean, yeah, that's ultimately that's would be the goal, but it's expensive, man. It's expensive. But yeah, this Fastenal, it seems like it would probably work out. I don't know. Like I said, my brain's just been
Yeah.
just buy a building from Home Depot. It sounds fantastic until you want to put a 16,000 pound machine on that wood floor.
You put
The issue is
you put the
also,
building on top of the machine.
yeah, you pour concrete and put the building down on top. My wife was like, "Why don't you just build the shop in the backyard that I wanted to build before I bought this machine? I was just going to build a shop at the house and put the mill and the router in a shop at the house. The problem is that I can't get enough power at home.
you would you would turn on the machine and the bathroom lights would dim and come back.
Dude, the whole neighborhood would dim. Yeah, so the issue with that stuff is just getting the amount of power needed.
Right.
That and this lathe with the bar feeder is as long as my house garage. Like
So
it.
you'd have bar going through the outside into the garage, just one individual
No,
hole.
I would dump the chip conveyor in the driveway. So like
Okay.
it would just be spitting chips out the garage door.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was a lovely Monday morning, 7:30, 7:45 this morning conversation. It's like,
What a
mm,
Monday. What a Monday.
yeah, yeah. Usually the power company will add transformers for you, at least in PA. In my area, they will not put more than 200 amp standard two phase power to a residence. Um, the only way you can do three phase in this area is on a commercial property or a farm agriculture property.
I'm thinking you could get the ag thing. You get like a couple goats or something, man.
I mean, I have grapes. Grapes grow on my fence in the backyard. That's agriculture, right? I need three phase to run water pumps to water my grapes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I mean, we got it all figured
Get
out
yourself
already.
get yourself a few chickens. My new neighbors, the house right next door to me, just sold about a month ago, and they've got 4 ducks. Which thankfully they built a coop outside on the other side of their house from me, so like
Yeah.
I don't even hear them.
So they got three phase.
Yeah, probably not, but yeah. Oh, it's been a day. Been a day. You know, I say that every Monday that it's been a day, but
That's kind of just what Mondays are, man.
yeah, it'll all work out. There's no sense in, I keep telling myself today. There's no sense in freaking out about it today. There's nothing is going to happen today that I can control anyway. So
Yeah. At least your landlord or whatever just actually told you about it, not like, hey, here's your 30-day notice because we sold the thing.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I have first right of refusal, and I haven't told him no yet. So, you know, I still have time to do my due diligence. Basically, I'd be buying basically what that $1.1 million is him grabbing his car keys and going home. So
Yeah.
it'd be buying the 5 acres of property behind my shop, which has a house and 2 garages and a 40 by 50 barn on it. The 6.5 acres that this building and parking lot sits on, and both of his businesses basically that he runs over there. Um, it would basically be all of that. Um, but I don't know. It comes down to signing a non-disclosure and going through all the financials from his side
Mm-hmm.
to know what I'm getting into, to be able to go talk to the bank and sign my entire life away. to,
Yeah. Would you say, theoretically, you were just able to purchase it? Would you just sell the house and sell the land behind the shop and just keep the two shops, or would you just, is that house back there like worth maybe moving into?
so he and I have talked about this property out back a handful of times, and I think the house that's there, exterior wise, is fantastic. It's got a good roof on it, it's got new windows in it, and it's got good siding on it. But the interior of the house is basically needs gutted. The guy who used to live there just scabbed everything together over the years. Like, he had a house fire one time, which is why the roof and the siding got replaced, and he never
Oh,
did anything to fix the inside. So, like, it needs gutted, new plumbing, new electric. So it'd be a
a
pretty
big
big
project.
project.
Yeah.
But I think what I would do is probably um, subdivide that piece of property out back into like two, well, three 1 acre parcels,
Mm-hmm.
one with the existing house, and then two more, and probably put up, prefab modular houses, brand new, two brand new houses, 2 car garage on an acre, and just rent those out or sell them.
Right.
Probably rent them out, I would say, and then use the income from those to renovate the existing house, and then either move into that or rent it out also. Um, that would be that he and I have talked about that a handful of times. So I mean, that kind of makes it easy there. But again, you have to have money. Like,
Yeah.
I just turned that 1.1 into 1.7. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Pretty much.
it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey boys, congrats on the W. Thank you very much. I had a great time. Had to make dinner chicken Alfredo, quick and easy. We had chicken parm, so similar. Checking in late, that is not acceptable. Everyone wants to come visit Brett. Yeah. The nice thing is I'm close enough to Notre Dame that it could be a college rental. Um, Bethel University is literally a mile and a half from here, so it could be a college rental for one of two different colleges. Really, you could have three. Not that I want fucking frat boys tearing up my shit,
Alpha
but
Omega back
um,
behind.
yeah, have to put a couple of privacy fences up back there, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. My brain has just been doing all kinds of stuff today.
Yeah. At least you're like proactive about it. So.
I mean, it's either that or I can sit here until he goes, "Hey, man, you got 30 days," and then have to scramble, which I don't really want to do.
No.
sorority houses only. You know who chases around sorority girls? Sorority guys.
The ones who don't live there are going to be the ones who trash the place.
Yeah. So then, also with, if that were to come to fruition, running those two businesses over there, I'd have to have employees. I don't know how to do their job, let alone hiring people to do it. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Dang,
This
dude. Just
Fastenal building,
yeah, yeah.
Fastenal building sounds more and more intriguing.
Yeah.
There's also where there's a new metal supermarket's literally an eighth of a mile from here. I could probably toss a golf ball to their parking lot from here. Um,
You've only been looking
there's
at
a
properties you can see through the front window.
dude. I don't. So let me finish. Yeah, so they're not using the rearmost section of that building, and I know there's three-phase power in the building because the business that was there before had needed three-phase power. So I know there's at least three-phase in the building. So that might be an option. I looked all over the area today, and there are viable options that are 20 25 minutes away. I don't. It's
Yeah.
only a handful of miles. It's only a handful of miles, but it's driving through downtown, or it's in a sketchy part of downtown. Um, so, and I don't want to drive 20 minutes. I've gotten so used to my 5 to 6 minute drive that I don't want to go 20 minutes again. I drove I drove between 20 minutes and 45 minutes for 12 years
Yeah.
down to the old dealership I worked at, and I don't want to do that again. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Brazen scale accounting and upholstery. Yeah, basically. Brazen U-Haul. They're order only now, aren't they? I tried to go and get some fasteners, but they turned me away. Basically, you have to have an account. You have to have a commercial account with them to even buy a washer, which is why most of them are going out of business. So,
Yeah, it's weird. They're like,
uh,
we're gonna stick to these ways, but hey, actually, we got shut down a bunch of stores.
yeah, yeah. Move down to be with Wes. Wes said that earlier too. You know how much money it would cost to move these damn machines to Texas?
I think Brett would
Also,
get here, and you would
yeah.
get the
Also,
first 100-degree day for like 2 months, and you'd be like, "F this, I'm out of here."
yeah. But checkered past. Um, I did consider that this might be the sign to go ahead and make the move that I want to do, and finally just pack up and go to Tennessee instead. Tennessee or Kentucky might be the time. It's
You
always an
got 30
option.
days. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So I really don't have a timeline with any of this. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing, but at the same time, it's like, well, damn, like it literally could happen in 30 days, or it could happen a year from now, or nobody buys it, and whatever. Yeah. Um, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. That piece of property that I talked about a long time ago, maybe it was like last winter, like the beginning of last winter, went off the market for a while, but I did notice the other day that it popped back up on the market for like $75,000 more than it was the last time I made an offer on it. And my offer was about 80 grand less than that. They didn't accept it, surprise. But yeah, I don't know. The way Texas is, if you sweet talk them enough, the tax break will cover a good amount of the move. Yeah, moving machines isn't as expensive as you may. It's not as expensive to move machines as you think. It depends on where the trucks are going, or if they have trucks going that way already or not. I know we've talked about this before. To get this off of a trailer and onto my floor and level was 2 grand. That was from the parking lot to here. So Tennessee would be rad. I'm thinking like middle Kentucky to north middle Tennessee.
Let me check the
Come to North
mountain
Carolina.
bike scene there, see if that's something I'd be interested in.
Yeah, come to work at CT Raceworks. I actually have a X3 in the shop right now that's full of CT Raceworks stuff. That'd be a cool place to work, man. Those guys build some really cool shit. Um, but it's North Carolina, and there's hurricanes that go through there, and I don't like that shit either. So
Yeah, see, you're talking about Tennessee, so that's not really the Rust Belt. So you got my attention.
yeah, there's tornadoes, but there's no alligators or hurricanes. There's tornadoes and snakes.
It'd have to be a mountainous area.
No, for sure. Yeah, yeah. If I were to move, it'd be to Utah, South Dakota, or Wyoming. Those are good choices as well. Yeah, I don't know. I am going to keep saying it. I don't know what the solution is right now, but we'll figure it out.
Yep, find us a place in Tennessee. I might move north a little bit.
Don't fucking test me. I'll start looking for shops in places that have three-phase power right now.
He's already on the phone.
I'll do it. We appreciate the support. I mean, yeah, most most of the Ultra 4 guys are running CT Raceworks suspension stuff on all their X3s, so it's pretty easy to support that stuff. I'd like no emissions and no taxes. Tennessee's no state income tax, so, and I don't think they do emissions down there.
Yeah,
Barndo duplex. I'm not sure my wife would like machining sounds at 1 a.m. next to the bedroom. Yeah, but a Barndo does sound really, really good.
The so Texas doesn't have state income, but you get bent over on property tax and other taxes. They're like, we're not getting
Make up
money
for it somehow.
here, so we're just gonna scoop a little from the sides. They still get their money. Don't be fooled by the no income tax.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't go. My wife would love to move back to Florida. I can't do that. I can't go back there. I don't even like spending a week there.
It's too flat. I'm not doing flat no more.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's too flat. There's no rocks. It's too flat. It's exactly like Indiana, but just fucking hot. Like,
Indiana, you don't get any more lake effect snow, but you get water effect storms.
yeah. Do you mind rain? Washington has no income tax and rocks for crawling. They're just covered in moss and stuff. No tornadoes or humidity. Yeah.
Check it. It's
Washington.
List. I do want to try that up there sometime.
I think Washington would probably be fairly low on my list, if I'm honest. Actually, too far away from everything.
The mountain bike I had bought, they actually build it on the other side of the river from Portland, which would be Washington, and they're hiring. And I was like, huh. You go build bikes, that'd be simple. Easy.
Yeah. Come to California, it's wonderful. I could be the Vanquish media guy, couldn't I?
I'll carry your camera batteries, Brett.
Yeah. Any state that's not liberal. There are no liberal states, only liberal cities. You gotta remember that. Lower than Cali. No. Cali's probably the bottom of the list. The only cool part about California is Johnson Valley and the Rubicon Trail. Other than that,
I would say California is pretty awesome. It's not awesome income wise, I don't think so. It's an expensive place. but I might be a little immune because I'm used to the Austin freaking cost of stuff. So
Yeah. Maybe if I get moved to Tennessee, um, and we really get cranking, I can make Josh move from California to Tennessee. Josh could work for us. Make him design leaf spring chassis for a living.
in an alternate universe,
Yeah.
I think he would have to
Yeah.
be in pretty hard up state to be designing leaf
Yeah.
springs.
Yeah, he'd have to really hate his job right then to decide to move to
I
do
think
that.
there's many more things he might. I think like high school janitor might be above that.
More than likely.
Oh man.
Oh man, they're originally from California. Best food, best culture, nice scenery, but the politics ruin it. Couldn't agree more. Decent weather, whatever.
Colorado,
You
is
have to
that
design
a
leaf spring chassis on a drafting board and pencil. No, you have to use chisels and rock and granite, just
yeah,
because.
we're very primitive here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
SD drives are temporary, rock faces are forever.
Yes. Yeah. I
Um,
mean, you ever seen hieroglyphs on an SD card
yeah, I've not.
or a solid state drive? Colorado was fun until they legalized. Been going straight downhill ever since. So Indiana is still not, but Michigan, Illinois, and Ohio are. I think Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee still are not legal.
Texas
I might be
too.
wrong. I don't partake, so I might be wrong. I don't know. Realistically, I just want to move to like a poor place because things are cheap. As long as there's a UPS store and a USPS, that's really all I need, I guess, other than someone to. I guess I just have to homeschool my son because
I, that is not accurate, Josh, at all.
not like filtered ones either, just like hand rolled
Raw
regular
dog.
cowboy killer.
Cowboy killer. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's not accurate whatsoever.
yeah,
No smoke, man.
yeah. Tennessee is your place then. Like I said, Tennessee, southern middle Kentucky, like Red River Gorge area down to, I don't want to say Pigeon Forge, say probably Cookville area, Tennessee. Like from Red River Gorge to Cookville, Tennessee would probably be my area. Cowboy killers, hand rolled American spirits. So you guys know way too much about this stuff. Move to Tijuana. Workforce is cheap too. Just don't drink the water.
Yeah, that's why there's tequila, so much tequila, because you drink that, not the actual water.
Yeah. When I was at Hammers last year, Josh was out there and we were walking around
In
our pit
Tijuana.
area. I was showing him around. Well, there's a guy that pits with Team Indiana. They call him Mexico Mike because he lives in Mexico. And Josh is like, that seems pretty far from Team Indiana. I was like, well, he used to live here, but he moved to Mexico because it's cheap and the women are beautiful or something like that is what he said. So,
It's cheap and
but
they
he's
have good
still,
tacos.
yeah. So he leaves his Ultra 4 car at a friend of mine's shop here and just basically pays storage on it. And the Team Indiana guys race prep it and haul it to California. He shows up on an airplane, races it, loads it back in the trailer, and flies home. So
Good
he
deal.
just pays his way to go race and leave it somewhere else. Works for him. So Um, my small town, no
Darwin.
stoplights, is having issues keeping the post office open on weekdays due to staffing
It's
issues.
it's a USPS, I bet.
Yeah, so my old house, about 20 minutes south of here, same thing. The post office was only open Monday through Friday from 9 to noon and Saturday from 9 to 11 or something like that, which was super cool because at the time I was working 6 days a week, 7 to 7. So like, and we didn't have mailboxes at that house, so we had to go to the post office to get our mail. Not a big deal. There was PO boxes in there, so you just walk in, you get your mail out of the PO box. The problem is if there's a package that's too big to fit in a PO box, I basically had to go to work late to be able to get whatever package was there because they didn't have mailboxes, so kind of SOL. If you're at Hammers in 25, come to Kyle Cheney's tent and say what's up. I think most of the CT crew are going out and Jason Watt. So last year, Cheney was pitted. Well, Matt Zeiler was pitted right behind Cheney. I was over there quite a bit, but I didn't stop at Cheney's pit. But yeah, we've got the Team Indiana guys have the giant inflatable purple dragon on top of the tents or on top of the trailers. So if you're wandering around and see Puff the Dragon, you know there's cold beer right there. Come find them.
Man, I think I'm gonna try and do hammers for 25.
It's a good time. I don't know. I don't know what's going on quite yet. It's a little too early to tell. But my buddy Sean that races the 4800 car, he's got a baby due in January again. So just like 2 years ago,
Celebrates. I feel like he celebrates.
dude, he's doing this wrong. He's doing this wrong because this will be the second time that he's had a baby like right at the freaking
He does
right at
know,
Hammers time. So
he does know you don't like just leave it in there. You can
you can remove.
you can
Yeah.
the race car. The race car.
Yeah. So I may end up having to drive out and drive back again instead of fly out or fly back. I think I may end up having to be there for 2 weeks. Which, shucks. Have to be a King of the Hammers for 2 weeks.
Jeez,
but at the same time, like Daniel knows, King of the Hammers, when you're there to race, isn't all fun and games. Yeah, there's always something that has to be done on some vehicle. Yeah, it gets wild. And freaking generator on the motorhome quits, or whatever. Pre-run and blow a tire. You got to change that.
Or the trailer tire passes you on the highway.
Or that, yeah. Well, I don't know if it passed us or not. It just wasn't there when the next time we stopped. It was there when we stopped to pee. It was not there when we stopped to switch drivers. Somewhere in the last 2 hours or so, it just gone. Yeah, it is what it is. The Bang Brothers Pizza. Yep, that's good pizza out there. All the dust you can handle in your pizza. AC leaves the chat. That happens also. Yeah. No time to rest. That's exactly what it is. Well, anyway, what else do we want to talk about tonight? I feel like I used a lot of time talking about buildings, but
I guess so. I made all those leaf spring mounts. I never even made a post saying we had them. Some people were really watching the site because quite a few sold, but I figured I'd actually make up a post saying, "Hey, we have these again."
Yeah, I saw you posted today.
Yeah, I was like, I should probably post. Have a couple gold 6x6s for some reason. grab them while you can. What else? I think that's it. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Um, so we do have things that we're working on currently that should be tested next weekend. Next
Yeah,
weekend is Apex. So we've got Wesley's going to Oklahoma for Apex, and we've got a couple of team drivers that are going that'll be testing some new stuff. Um, Nothing that we really want to show quite yet. Um,
there's a few things.
Also,
A few things.
yeah. Also, the new Swiss lathe. I got the belt installed on that, and I got that fired up today, and I made it do robot things. Everything seems to be functioning on the Swiss. So now I got to learn how to use it. I figured out how to move axes, and I figured out how to turn the spindles on, independently and synchronous. So I think I've got a pretty decent handle on it so far. And there are 3 programs existing in the machine, so I can go through and try to see. There's a couple with threading cycles, so I'll go through and figure out the order for the order that the machine likes the code to be in for threading cycles. Just got to keep rolling on that stuff.
Right. Josh said it was really hard, so I like it when people say you can't do something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So basically, like, it's either spend $100,000 on a machine and have somebody teach you how to use it, or spend $100 on a machine
I should
and
say
bang
a
your head
hundred, a
against
hundred
it.
dollars right now. Nice, dude. You should have
I
got
mean,
the buy one
realistically,
get one.
realistically, I mean, after I got that refund, I yeah, I'm a little more than $100, but not that much more than $100 in that machine.
Right.
I want to hear about the comp, and I want to see your pro mod build. I don't have a pro mod build currently. I'm waiting on Josh on that. But the comp, we'll touch on that again. We talked about that very first. But I went to my first WeRC Rock comp over the weekend, well, yesterday, and ran the 1.9 Unlimited, and I got first, so that was cool. It was a very chill crowd, small group of guys. I think there was 5 pro mods, so there wasn't that big of a wasn't really that big of a group. There was 5 pro mods. There was like 9 in their stock class or their plastic cage class. I took third in that with my optic and first with this truck. The only issue I had with this truck was I forgot to reset my endpoints after I swapped from the 46% dig unit to the 6%. I forgot to adjust that endpoint. So on the last course, I lost front drive. It went into like the freewheel area. So yeah, luckily still was able to pull off the win though. So cool. But cool group of guys. I'll definitely be going back for more. It's a little bit of a drive to get there, but it was definitely worth the drive to go. And it was cool to have 2 Jimmy's buggies first and second. So
Yeah, Adam. So I was gonna go. I'm not like a huge comp guy, but Jake Ferkel kind of made the invite pretty appealing. So I might as well show up. If I'm gonna show up, I might as well run. So I did get an entry in. I don't have that one is primarily like a cheater truck type thing. I'm bringing my hard body C2, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. But
building a front line, but my servo on axle is facing a different direction and won't fit. Any help? The servo on axle with the stubby kit should fit normally, um, as long as you followed the instructions on the servo on axle and stubby kit, I don't see why it should be wrong. The servo on axle is facing a different direction. What direction is it facing? Is it a servo behind the axle with the stubby kit?
Is there
Because that should fit. Yeah. I was hoping you'd say my parts won you the event. I only used the locked front wheels once. I locked the front and rear steered to get the rear to drop off of a little bit of a ledge. I only used it once. Behind the axle with a stubby kit, you will probably have to. That should bolt right on.
I was looking on Vanquish right now, see if there's like a tutorial. There's quite a few pictures on Vanquish right now with that stubby kit. It even shows a servo. Well, it shows two front axle picks with the servo mounted on it. So if you follow that, it should.
Yeah, it should bolt right on. Yeah. Yeah, just go back through and look back at the instructions again and make sure you have the servo mount mounted correctly and the servo mounted correctly in the servo mount.
I wonder. I've never tried.
I've seen this. There's not enough room on the F10 for the servo to go left to right. I tried that on the F10 portal. It does not go that way. It can only go straight along with the chassis.
I posted a link to that. It's to Vanquish in the comments, and that shows up as a link. You might be able to click that. That might show you because there's pictures of.
I can't click it on my side, but see if you can click it on your computer.
Yeah, I can click it on the computer.
Okay, yeah, because I can't click it in the
stream. Useful. I've actually never done that, so. It's the VFD stubby kit, right? VFD.
Yeah.
I was hoping there'd be maybe like a how-to. I don't see a how-to or anything.
Well, the pictures are pretty easy to follow. So as long as your servo is mounted in the servo mount like this, it should be totally fine.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, speaking of, I got the servo pretty good.
Nice.
I scratched her. Skid plate's got some dingers in it. There we go. Full-size servo will hang below the axle, yes. And on your Jimmys, are you running a VFD twin? Yes, running the VFD twin with the Colorado Adventure Club front dig, 6% piece, this one, but in aluminum. I think I'm going to put overdrive or underdrive ring and pinion in it at some point because I want a little bit more overdrive. But I think it would have been way harder to knock the overdrive down from 46% than it will be to bump it up from 6%. So mine looks exactly like that, but it hits the stubby motor housing. Running the stock suspension links because none of that geometry changes in the front line or in the flat line versus the stock chassis. Yeah, if you're running the stock links, it should be totally fine. A full-size servo will hang up. Trust me. Yeah, Rob had what was it? Probably 3 or 4 times yesterday. The rear servo. He's running a full-size rear servo on a servo behind the axle mount, so it's like below the links. It was that was a stopper.
Yeah. Ballots, if that link didn't work, just shoot us a DM on like Instagram or Facebook or something with some pictures.
Yeah, a couple people said it worked, so. Just got the Colorado Adventure piece for my twin. Glad to hear it works well. Yeah, it worked great. Everything fit perfectly. So, um, I've missed this one. Checkered opinions on trenchers or Scorpios for a C2, mostly rock terrain. I would not use Scorpios.
I thought you were gonna say you would not use trenchers. I was like, that's been what I've been running for like 2 years now.
I've I've got the three sets of trenchers in eyesight over there. Checkered, if it's wet, if there's any water at all, I do not like a trencher because they plug up real bad.
Back up.
I really, really, really like these Yokohamas.
Might have to
The
give those a try, dude.
Factory H10 Optic Geolander MTs, man, in the Vanquish Red compound. I've been having really good luck with those tires. I've got the Vanquish dual stage foams in them, and I've been having good luck with them. Yes, stock links. I have shorter links. This is my problem. Yep, there you go. If you shorten the links, you shorten the length between. The rear, the servo behind axle and the stubby kit, there's only like a couple of millimeters of clearance between those pieces with the stock links. So yeah, if you ran any shorter on the front links, that's 100% your issue. Let's see. Next week should be good
Next
for a
one.
live stream. Yeah. When are you leaving for Apex? Probably Thursday morning or Wednesday?
I think I'll look at the schedule again. I think they're doing stuff Thursday.
I think they are too. I think you're going to end up leaving Wednesday.
I was honestly planning Wednesday after work. I mean, I don't mind getting there at like 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'd be my plan.
Yeah.
No,
I've noticed the boys at the clubhouse. Yeah. I noticed the boys at the clubhouse have switched up lately. Kind of crazy to see things rotate in popularity based on who's winning. I assume you're talking about the overdrive piece. I think a lot of that would have to do with the course design and the terrain because, in 1-to-1 We Rock, I mean, these guys basically go straight up and straight down. There's no side hilling. There's no, there is some off camber stuff, but I think the 46%. Oh, you're talking about TGH Sorka stuff. I think the overdrive selection would be based off of like terrain and how they build their courses because I could see where a lot of places more overdrive would be better going straight up, straight down. But around here, there's too much off camber side hill stuff that the 46% overdrive is just too much. For me personally, but check in Thursday, comp Friday, Saturday, final Sunday.
I'm still kind of thinking Wednesday. Wednesday, get there at 11, and one of y'all better have a cold beer for me.
Get yourself a 12-volt cooler and plug it in the passenger seat. You've got cold ones all the way there.
Coca-Colas.
Yeah. Being that we can have dig and we rock, I don't miss super high overdrive as much. That's kind of the way I felt about it, as well as four-wheel steer. That's kind of the way I felt about it too. But like side hilling while using four-wheel steer, it doesn't translate like not having overdrive does. So I think I like the lower overdrive, but I think I want just a tad more. Like maybe just an underdrive gear set in the rear ring and pinion.
it's funny because we're all like mixing hobbies. Hunter at the Land Cruiser shop has a rock buggy, and we have all these Toyota third like members around, and I'm like, dude, 'cause I think he has like 529s front and rear. I'm like, dude, what if we stick like a 488 in the front to give it some overdrive? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, like the RC stuff. I'm like, dude, it might pull the like stretch the truck out when you're trying to climb up
Yeah.
something. I was like, and it's a lightweight buggy, so I don't think you're gonna really be stressing it. Like it doesn't get daily driven, right? So I keep trying to stone men to do it.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the one-to-one We Rock stuff to know if any of those guys run overdrive or not. Just
Not
haven't been around it.
I'm trying to create a new trend, man.
You know, Cody messaged me, Colorado Adventure Club, and he was like, "Don't make fun of my machining, bro. This is one of the nicest pieces I've seen. The only thing is just a little bit of an edge break on a couple of spots that are a little sharp. This is a little sharp here on the edge, but other than that, I mean, this is a really nice piece. I mean, it's not going to zoom apparently,
Your
but I
palms
mean, you can see
stone out.
rainbows. Yeah, whatever. You can see rainbows coming off it. Pretty smooth to me. I have a lot of hours on the 46 with about 30%, 36 overdrive, and I enjoy it. There's one thing I don't like, but otherwise I enjoy. I have zero time on the 6 as everyone else has been prototyping it for me. I like the 6%. I ran it yesterday and I liked it. my initial waterfall climb here in the shop, it would make it with the 46. It would not do it with the 6. So my waterfall in my shop benefited from the extra overdrive, but I don't know. I think I liked it better on actual rocks. Our machinist said it looked mint. As long as it looks mint from across the camera on the internet, there you go. There's a little better. That's a pretty damn nice piece if you ask me. Bearing tolerances seem fine. I actually didn't lose bearings when I took this apart and put it back together again. And I did put the two shims in.
Yeah.
I watched Josh's video. Oh, that was a member only video. Partial video from his buggy where he was assembling the transmission, and I saw where those two shims came from. So when I took the trans apart to do this, I put those two shims back in. And then, I didn't adjust the endpoints. So I was like, damn it, I shouldn't have put those shims back in there. Something's wrong. No, it's just, I'm an idiot. I put the wild overdrive set in my capper. I swear that's what causing all the torque twisting. I think that's more the transmission in your capper causing all the torque twist and the fucked up roll center that the factory skid and chassis gives you. But whatever. Ripper machinist better look out. Yeah. We'll see. Well, we're about almost 10 minutes past here, but things are rolling, so
Yeah, I'm not
up to you.
fucking. I already made dinner. I somehow squeezed. Dude, I was eating. I think at well, it was like 6:40 my time, so I had like 10 minutes to eat. But I already made dinner, dude. So I'm just chilling.
Yeah. I think the funniest thing is that I don't even use the metal part. I did it for y'all. I don't think I could have put the plastic one in. The reason I went with the 46 one to begin with was because I just didn't I didn't trust. I don't trust 3D printed stuff in that manner. But if you've been running it and you're beating on it, I mean that says a lot about it. But I've seen a thing or two, like this 3D printed skid plate. I can like that would not function inside a transmission.
He's been waiting all night to do that, guys.
I have been. This was the Waffle House. This was the Waffle House test print, test cut. This skid was already broken in a different way first, so I don't feel too bad
He
about it.
glued it. It's pre-broke, just
No.
like all the boards in my Taekwondo class.
Always happens at a comp. That would be my luck too. Is like I would drive a couple hours, put it down on course, and I'd break it at gate 2 or something dumb. I'd be like, well, there's that. Do that to a plastic one. I mean, I'd feel bad breaking this, especially on camera. But it feels like it's 100% infill, and I'm not worried about the bearing area at all. I'm more worried about these 3 teeny tiny. Where do we go? Fart. I'm worried about these 3 little teeny tiny teeth on the top of it.
All the people that watch us for sign language, they're all confused right now what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I said, it's a fantastic looking piece. He says do it. Try to snap one off. Okay. I got my teeny tiny little needle nose here.
Dang, is that cheating?
I mean, it didn't take much to break that off of there. That's inside the transmission. I don't think I want that in there, man. It's a fantastic piece, but the metal one's not going to do that. Use your man hands. I mean, that coupled. So the reason those just broke like that is because of the print orientation. That was layer lines separating right at the top. If this had been printed in a different orientation, it would probably be a lot stronger than that. But I mean, the hate makes a metal one. Just use the metal one. Buy the metal one, damn it. Oh, well, now that's broken. Pliers is cheating. Pliers probably was cheating, but again, works great in metal. I don't trust 3D printed parts, so I can't say that I was surprised that just broke like that. You also have to split the load. That's true. All 3 teeth are taking load at the same time, just like Wesley's.
Wait, come on, man. I'm not living in Tennessee yet.
Yeah, you'd have to split the load between all 3 of them, and basically, as long as the truck's not moving when you lock it in, because like if it's rolling when you lock it in, it's it's going to skip across the plastic and it's going to wear those teeth out. The aluminum one will wear out also because you're running it up against a steel slider in the transmission, but the plastic one would wear out sooner. Printing a different material that has better layer adhesion, that too. Better layer adhesion, or rotating the print a little different. I do understand. The part doesn't see the same for the gears. Would be the weight of the buggy and the amount of traction. Yeah, the gears have to be way stronger than this does, but yeah, like Josh, I'm the same way as Josh. I'm banging gears full throttle, not waiting to stop. I'm not necessarily full throttle when I shift the locker, but I might not be at a full stop. the way my radio is set up is the buttons are too easy to hit. So like I might accidentally bump one every now and then. I'm I am a fan of this Noble Pro though for the um, four wheel steer knob. It's like right on the top of my thumb knuckle, so I can throttle and rear steer with my thumb, and then so when I'm holding the radio, my middle finger, there's a button right at the tip of my middle finger that does the locks the front wheels, and then on the steering, there's a button front and back of the steering knob that locks and unlocks the rear locker. So everything is like super super easy to get at. The Vanquish one just clicks when I do that. You have to stop. Well, there you go. The Vanquish one's just not up to the task. I watched Josh install a Vanquish one, and it took like 6 years to do. It only took me like 16 minutes to do the Colorado Adventure Club one.
He was doing it slow so I could keep up with it.
Yeah, yeah. Hand filing stuff. He's talking about having to draw leaf spring chassis on, granite or something. Meanwhile, he's over here hand filing stuff. I was expecting blood. Yeah. I was expecting blood while he was trying to install that. It took for damn ever. I fell asleep. Dude, I was trying to stay awake because I knew he was installing the skid plate that night. And he's just sitting there painfully filing that thing. It was like 1:30 in the morning my time, and we were in a hotel room in Ohio, and my wife's over there snoring, my kid's over there snoring, and I'm trying to watch this guy just make bearings fit. I'm like, come on. And then he takes the Dremel and cuts into his brand new Delrin skid plate before he even installs it. Killing me. Dremel skills on point, yeah. He didn't use the Dremel on the bearing plate. He used the Dremel on the skid plate that didn't need Dremeled. Hurt my heart. I actually fell asleep before he did that, though, so I didn't hurt my heart till the next morning when I watched it.
He woke up to the sound of it clicking on.
It's like, cool.
Sick.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about time to get out of here for the night. I've had enough of a Monday. Hopefully Tuesday doesn't start like Monday started.
Hey, 30 days.
Knock on wood.
Monteith Tires buying this place.
Yeah, no, I don't. Is there a Monteith Tire around here anymore? I don't think there is any Monteiths around here anymore.
There's about to be one.
I think Bell Tire's taken over.
Bell Tire.
Yeah. I have buildings to shop for. That's probably what I'm going to do while I'm laying in bed tonight. Look for buildings.
I'm pretty tired, man.
I'll let everybody in on the voting process for a building when I am ready to buy one.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm moving up there, it's got to be by the mountains.
How cool would it be to have a shop? No, it was a Harley going by.
Oh,
brother!
Sure. Yeah.
Brother! It would be cool to have a shop with like a back porch that like looked over the mountains.
Oh,
but I wouldn't get anything done.
Nice. I wouldn't get nothing done.
Have like the whole back wall of the shop be like glass windows, looking out the. Be pretty cool. Anyway, all right, I will catch you guys next Monday, and I've got stuff to ship. So I'm sending this stuff to Tim, and Tim's going to bring you your stuff, or.
Yeah, he doesn't know it yet unless he's watching.
or send it to Theron. I could send it to Theron also, but I don't know if Tim would get it if I send it to Theron.
Yeah, send it to Tim so he can put it together.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get out of here for the night. Thank you again to Salt Pond RC for the super chat.
Dude, yeah, I can get like a Rockstar or something in the morning if they still sell
Yeah,
that.
get you a Starbucks Frappuccino.
For $2? What was that?
Well, the glass bottle thing. The glass bottle
Oh,
thing. How much are those?
yeah. Probably still $4.
Probably.
We're halfway to a coffee.
Anyway,
See,
a
Salt
quarter of a
Pond's already
coffee.
on
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
well versed. Sick.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That's all
Yep.
we
We
do.
will see you next Monday. Later.